Hi, Lisa. So, thanks for joining me today. So tell me about this situation that you've got going on. Something that you're not really happy with the outcome currently. Just tell me a bit more about it.
It's not that I'm not happy with the outcome. It's just that I've got like an online business, and I love it, and it has helped me so much. And I know that I could do extremely well, and I have done. And then I got promoted in my paid job. And I had a few health issues as well, but that was not the reason. It was an excuse to not go online. It was like, because this is being dealt with anyway. And then I was so elated to be promoted. And whenever I've done a job that I'm paid for, I always give it 110%. I go above and beyond. And I try to be the manager that I would like. That's always been the case in managerial positions that I've held. However, what I struggle with is, compartmentalizing. I've got my own business that is just fun and easy, and it's, helped me so much. I can't describe how much it's helped me. And then I've got this job where I love my job because I'm talking to people, but then I was promoted and I felt great. And it was like it was just fantastic. And I don't think it was the fact that I know my, can I swear?
Yeah.
Sorry, I know my shit inside out. I've got so much confidence in my career, as you will, that it's like breathe into me. I'm very, very good with people. My team absolutely adore me, and I've just 150%. And I'm working well into the night. I'm helping out my seniors, all the directors. I'm helping them out. What about this? What about that? Can we put in these checks, because there's a loophole here, just on quality side. And I'm just firing off all these ideas. I'm liaising with like another manager, who's on the same level as me, but on a same team, same department, but she's got a bit of the team as well. And we're both quite, I don't know how you say it, go-getters. We're both very proactive. The proactive is what I'd say.
Ambitious?
And it's like, well, yeah, ambitious, but it doesn't feel like, when people say ambitious to me, that in my brain, that is getting to the top, standing on people all below you. That's a bit cutthroat. That was what it was like when I was in one of my previous jobs. Even though I did, I always gave more. Well, I always felt I gave more than anybody else, and I was never sort of like recognized for it. And people were promoted over me, maybe because I am very proactive. But I'm just a very passionate person, and if I love something, I will just put it all in. However, I knew in the back of my mind that this job that I was putting everything into was also sort of like hiding away from the health issue with my eyes. But also I knew it had potentially had a cut-off point.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking that, even though we were told that in the beginning, because it was, the contract could have gone on for 6 months, it could have gone on for 12 months, it could have gone on for 18 months, but we would only know sort of like every sort of like 3 months. But anyway, I disregarded that, and I just threw everything into this. I sort of like put to the one side my personal business, which, like I said before, I love. And I'm gutted because I'd got to such a really good place with that. And my problem is at the moment, this week, we were informed that the department was no more. The department was no more, and basically there was no jobs for anybody as of the 1st of December. And My first instinct was my staff. I've got 336 people that Christmas is round the corner. I know these people inside out, and I make it a thing for me to know these people. I read a book years and years ago, you know, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I absolutely loved it. And I've always sort of like kept like, not a Rolodex, but a Rolodex in my head, you know, such a body's going on holiday, such a body's got 2 kids and things like that. So whenever any of these people speak to me, I know that, you know, that I know them. So I do feel really invested in these people. Well, I am invested. And they, you know, they rely on me, even though they don't, because it's out of my control. So all this week, I've been trying to find these people, save as many jobs as I possibly can, for one. And for the other is find them alternatives. So, you know, and it's ran me ragged, really. I've woke up in the morning and my bed is just a war zone. I've got my pillowcases are off my pillows. My quilt looks like a flipping mountain range. The duvet's half off. I'm covered in sweat. Honestly, I've had like the biggest fight in my bed. It's ridiculous. About these people. And then someone said to me Friday, what are you going to do? And I thought, shit, I hadn't even thought about my job.
Tell me a little bit more about your online business.
That was it. And I think because I know I've got that as a fallback, I wasn't particularly worried about my position, but I need to be worried about my position. I'm a single parent. I have got 3 children at home. And it didn't even sink in that that me and Ben, who work for the same department, I'm a manager, he's an agent, he's customer service. I didn't even think that potentially that's 2 wages coming out of my household, which would completely sink us. Last year during the lockdown, I was in a really, really bad way, financially, physically, mentally, every situation. I know a lot of people were, but you know, I was like walking down the road thinking, you know, I could just step in that traffic. I was low. Yeah. And it was really hard. But then my business saved me, and it literally did. I will swear down to that. It literally did. And you know, getting out my comfort zone, speaking to people, I had 0 confidence. So what I did with that online business and speaking to people and helping people, because I think fundamentally I am a carer. But I'm also conflicted because I'm not ambitious. I am a go-getter. I want more, and I know that even though I was told yesterday that my job was saved, I would be okay. It wasn't, you know, normally you get that relief, you know, but because it didn't strike me as if, you know, do you know what I mean? It didn't strike me at the time that shit, I could lose my job. Yeah. This household will go from having 2 incomes to 0. It didn't even strike me. So when I was told that, don't worry, Lisa, I can't tell you the ins and outs, but you're going to be okay.
Sorry. You know, with your online business, because we know a lot about your paid job, with your online business, I just want you to think about these 4 positions, right? So there's 4 positions of alpha, beta, omega, and delta. So with your online business, just like out of these, let me just a little explain. What do you think you're handling your online business with? So alpha being, I'm all in. This is it. I don't care. Tell me what it is. I need to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do every single thing I can to get top position. That'd be alpha. It might only be slightly, right? Or you could be beta, which is submissive, totally submissive. But it might be slightly submissive, right? Where you're not really doing anything. Let me just finish the other 2. And omega. An Amiga is someone that is doing the business, could do more, is looking in from the outside, kind of doing it, not submissive, but is doing it, but not like an alpha. And then you've got the Delta that is just totally an outsider, totally withdrawn from it. So with your online business, what would you say you are current position?
Omega.
Amiga.
Yeah, and I think if I put that to my day job, I think I'm an alpha in that.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it to be the other way. I want to be alpha in both.
So
because I know that my job can be, even though my job is safe, I know that I could be in this same situation 3 months down the line.
So really, being an Amiga, if you want to get to the top of that ladder, right? We know you're an alpha in your other business, but if you're an Amiga and you want to get to the top of the ladder, that being an Amiga isn't really serving you well enough to get to the top. So how about we explore the other positions? Now, I don't think it's worth exploring the Delta, and I don't think it's really worth exploring the Beta, because they are definitely not going to serve you if you're already an Amiga. You know, you're not, what's the point of exploring someone that's just a complete outsider, because you're not. And the Beta, you're not submissive. You're definitely not submissive. So
no, I'm not a submissive person. But saying that, I can be. When I was married, I could go out, be fucking Iron Lady. They used to call me Balls of Steel, because I could go into a room well, I worked like, in the police service and then social services and whatnot. And I would hold my own. I was involved in politics, for God's sake. You've got to have a flipping, as a woman, you've got to have a backbone and whatnot. Be very assertive. But with women, they'd say, that you're arrogant. You're not assertive, you're arrogant. Whereas a guy is confident, which pissed me off all the time. But yeah, I would definitely, but at home, I could be that person, because when I come home, I could lean on my husband.
yeah.
And I could go into little woman role, whereas I don't have that now. I haven't had that since 2008. So I have been sort of like my own support system for so long.
Yeah. Right. What we're going to do, we're going to do a technique called the doors technique.
Oh yeah.
What are you having for dinner today, by the way?
I am having a chicken roast dinner.
Oh, lovely. We're having roast beef.
I just couldn't find a roast beef joint that I liked. It just looked a bit fatty. And I thought, you know what? I've had enough red meat this week.
Okay, so let's get back to the doors technique. If you wouldn't mind, with your eyes closed.
Right.
Eyes closed. Now you need to vividly imagine there's three doors.
Visualization, because it often makes me cry.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully this won't, but if it does, that's fine too. Right, so you vividly imagine these three doors.
Right, hang on. Okay.
Yeah, there's three doors. One of them is alpha, one of them is beta, and one of them is delta. What color would you say the alpha door is?
I have got blue, red, and yellow.
For the alpha door?
No, I've got my three doors of blue, red, and yellow.
Okay, what color is the alpha door?
I want to say red, but I'm leaning towards blue.
Okay, what color is the beta door? Submissive.
Yellow.
Okay. And that leaves the delta as green?
Red.
Red. Ah, interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, so what I want you to do now, keeping your eyes closed, I would say to you, decide what one you're going to explore, but two of them are not going to serve you. So would you like to explore the alpha?
So this is where I know I'm doing the visualization, but to me, the alpha and the the ones we were talking about before, was it the Omega? They're very similar. I'm equally drawn to both of them in this visualization.
So you're already treating your online business with an Omega social stance. So now we need to try and imagine going through the alpha door. So what I want you to do, Lisa, is open the alpha door, open the blue door, step inside the door, step inside, and now you're going to approach the situation as an alpha, like you do in your other job, like you do in your other job. So you're now an alpha with your online business. You're an alpha, not an omega, an alpha. I want you to consider and explore what that would be like, treating your business as an alpha, like you do your other full-time paid job, where you're all in. Try and visualize it like you did on stage yesterday. Just think about it. Think about how you're feeling. Think about your posture. What are the benefits? What would you change? Vividly imagine what it would be like to approach your online business with this new social standing.
Oh God, do you know what?
What can you feel? What can you hear? What can you see?
I feel quite confident. I'm just talking. I'm just, I feel like if I, oh, that's weird. If I approached my business, my online business, the way that I do regular, because I'm in the position of power, if I did that to my online, even though I do it, I put all my team first. I am their brick wall between them and, you know, the shit that rolls downhill, and I fire it back. But I would be worried about not caring, even though I care deeply, and coming across as very arrogant, because I've been told that so many times. You're so, you know, my friends will, or my family say, oh, you're so confident, but other people just give it, gosh, she's so arrogant, she loves herself. And I think that's what the fuck? What the hell's that?
That's a little bit of a limiting belief, probably. But do you think it would serve you and empower you to treat your online business as an alpha?
Definitely. 100%, because, like, you know, people reach out to me all the time, and I don't know, if I actually answered as myself, sometimes I can offend people, because I am quite brutally honest, and I'm like in my job, I'm so passionate about what we do, and I love what we do, and I make sure that everybody has the best training. I will, you know, go to scrap. It's like a bit ruthless, to be honest, where my team's concerned and my employees. I will just go to bat, and I don't give a crap who I offend higher up. I will just make sure that my team, or the people that I'm responsible for, you know, get the best options.
What's your body posture doing? If you're an omega and your business, you're using the position of an alpha for your online business, you're going all in.
Yeah. Oh, my body posture is like this. I am flipping flying. I'm hell for leather. I am flipping talking. I am blah, 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 blah. I am holding events. I'm driving here, there, and everywhere. I'm sat in coffee shops, and then I've got like me bloody pad thing that I'm writing on, and I'm doing the things that I know that I can do, that I excel at. I love speaking to people. I love connecting. I love what it's done for me, and I want to share it with everybody. And I don't know what's holding me back. I don't know how to walk through that door on the online business, but I just know I need to, because it's like I'm in this group that I joined a little bit before I started my online business, but it's appropriate because what I'm doing with my online business has helped me so much in the same situation that I joined this group for, because I was looking for something that works, and I found something that really works for me, and it's helped me, it's helped my family, as a result, as a knock-on effect, and then it's also had this knock-on effect with other areas of my life, because I am better, I am more than I was like 2 or 3 years. I was a shadow of my former self. I would not put myself forward. I would not do anything like that. So, this, my online business and what it's done for me, the community that I'm involved in as well, it's given me, it enables me to be big alpha in my day job. I may be sat here sometimes when I'm doing my day job in my pajamas and my dressing gown, but in my vision, I am still suited and booted, like I did for, the office. I've got my, designer Joseph suit on. I've got, I'm suited and booted. And I'm turning up every single morning with that fire and pep. Right, we're going to do this today. It's going to be an amazing day. And I've got this thing on, that I do before when I take the kids to school. On the way to school in the morning, we have like this thing, and we always say, today's going to be an amazing day. Today's going to be an amazing day, because obviously with the kids, they start off really, today's going to be an amazing day. Today's going to and then they're looking at each other because they're twins, and then and then by the end of it, we look like crazy people driving down the school road, because it's like, today's going to be an amazing day. and it's every morning, and the kids just look at each other and they laugh. And then even when I don't feel like today's going to be an amazing day, we still do it, because by the time we get to that school gates, today's going to be an amazing day. I've got that fire. And then I'll drive back home, turn on my laptop, say morning to all the management team, and then crack on with some emails. I'm not supposed to work before 7, work before 8, but I always do. And then I'm ready and waiting for when my team started log on, and then it's good morning. It's making sure that all the systems are up and ready, dealing with IT shit. It's like constant, but I'm fired up, I'm ready, and nothing phases me on it. I'm not worried about anything on it. But I wouldn't have done that 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I couldn't have done that, because I was a shadow of my former self. My emotions were all over the place. And I would like to do the same thing. I know Mummy's feeling a bit.
So in your online business as an alpha, what's changed? Say you're doing your business rather than Amiga and Alga, what's changed? What are the benefits?
The benefits? Oh my God. I don't know. Sorry. You're taking me out of my happy place. Stop it, dog. I'm surrounded by really positive people. Initially, there was people that believed in me more than I did myself. But I had this like crisis moment that it was just like, fuck it, I can't go on like this. I was miserable. I was making everybody around me unhappy. Everybody's always said to me all my life, you're going to do really well. You're going to succeed. Oh my gosh, you could sell sand to the Eskimos. But that's where my passion comes in. I've got to be extremely passionate about stuff, because it's that belief. And I am passionate about the product, but I don't know what's stopping me. I don't know what it is, why I let people lead me in that situation. I'll send people information. I'll have conversations. But I don't know what it is.
So you've got plenty of benefits because you're surrounded by positive people. How does it make you feel? You're treating your business as an alpha. You're getting more results, obviously, because you're treating it as an alpha.
God, amazing. Oh my God, I did a visualization yesterday of where I wanted to be in my business, because it's like different levels. And I'm so close to the next level. And, I visualize not just, going to another sort of like company event retreat. And I could hear the music, and it was was like pumping. It was Black Eyed Peas, and it was pumping, and it was like louder, louder, and it just felt really energized. And there's little fireworks going off, and I've got my 2 kids next to me, and they're beaming. Cole nicks my certificate, and he's waving it to everybody. And it's not a pinnacle position, but it's like one below it, and I just felt amazing. My hair was fantastic. I was just beaming, and it was these 2 little boys at the side of me, just, you know, soaking up my atmosphere, and, you know, showing them what you can do just through believing in yourself and pushing yourself forward. I was wearing a black camisole top. I can feel it, like the sweat on my skin. I can feel it actually touching me. I had this white jacket on, and it's quite tailored. And I've got the only thing I changed about this outfit is I've got like blue jeans on, but I've got brown boots on, so like long boots. I changed my long brown boots to black boots. Doesn't quite work in my vision, but it did at the time. It's really weird, but I can feel it, I can smell it. And that's my vision with that. And I need to do this visualization trick every single day, because I feel very powerful on that stage. I feel, oh God, elated.
Elated, I like that.
I do. I can.
Is that the emotional state that it brings? What emotional state does it create?
That elation. That's. I just feel elated when I'm on this stage, and I can visualize getting up to, not the one that I'm, you know, the one that the beneath the pinnacle position. Just getting to that stage, it's like I don't know, and I just feel so elated, like you've done it, you knew you could do it, you've done it. And I just feel proud, and I look so good.
I love that. So Lisa, you know what you've said now, if you're treating your online business rather than Omega, and you're treating it alpha, you're in a position now. You're confident, you love talking to people, you're in a position of power, you're not worried about other people, you're a little bit worried about people think you don't care, a little bit worried about people think you're arrogant, but you're not, you know you're not. So you'll be flying around up and down the country, you'll be holding events, you'll be feeling better, you'll be surrounded by positive people, you feel amazing, you're elated, you're proud, you're looking great. With all these things that we've said and you've just said, I want you to exit the door. Exit the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think when you're being an Omega on your online business and you really want to push it forward, and do you think the role of an alpha would serve you?
Yes.
Would you be happy to approach the business as an alpha?
Oh, no. No, I don't. I do, but it worries me. You know, I get paid to do a job. And I give value for money with my wages. I know that at the end of every single day when I turn off my laptop, not that it ever gets turned off, I have given every, you know, bit, I have given back double what I've been paid, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
But along with that, you know, I am very direct, and I don't think I could do that in my online business because it's completely different, even though it is helping people. I don't know why, because it would serve me.
Yeah, well, there's nothing negative, but all the things that we've said: confident, love talking to people, position of power. You've visualized yourself at that position. You feel amazing. You believe in yourself. You're elated. You're proud. The only thing you're worried about is people thinking you're arrogant. That's just a limiting belief.
The thing that really does worry me, is that ruthless bit about me. In my day job, I will bat it back. I am quite ruthless when it needs to be. I really am. And it's that side that it's not very often, but, you know, I'm a tea bag. Stick me in hot water and I only get stronger. And and I say that all the time, but somebody comes after me and mine, like my team, or attacks our performance or anything like that, and I am, whoa, and I will bat it back, and I will flipping hunt that person down, and then I will turn it around and say, right, let's have a look at your performance before you start throwing stones, shall we? Blah, 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 blah. And I will just throw it back. I've got this ruthless side to my character that I love because it served me, but worries me.
Right, let's say you can, I wouldn't say you're ruthless. That's just something that you're calling yourself. And being an alpha doesn't mean you have to be ruthless.
No, I know, but
it would help your business more than being an omega.
Definitely, 100%. Because I wouldn't be in this current position, being able to, you know, feel the way I feel from this, like, it's not every day is a position of power. Not every, you know, not during the day, you know, I might feel powerful when I wake up in the morning. I'll feel powerful when I go to bed. But you know, you can dips in between. It's not like a constant state of being, but I do feel confident at the moment, you know.
That's part of alpha, though. Being dominant, being confident. I really don't think people think you would come across as ruthless or arrogant. And if you do that now and again, I think it would still serve you.
Yeah, but I only do it as a protection measure, if you know what I mean. My team, or because I know that I give 100%. I do not dip, and my team, they do the same, and I am on it constantly. So I am, you know, I'm checking this, I'm checking that, and my guys know what their level is against everybody else in the company, in the department. They know exactly where their level is, and we celebrate that, you know, right, you know. And my team, they're so amazing, but that's because I've built that culture of like helping, supporting, we look after our own type of thing. And you know, some people's levels might not be as high as others, and it's like, guys, what am I doing wrong? Right, jump on a Google Meet and let me see what you're doing. And then somebody will come in and say, yeah, I'll join you, you can follow me and then see what I do, because my levels are really good. And I love that I've built that culture within my team, and that's what I want for my online business, because I'm very good at people building. And that's just not me being big-headed. That is actual truth. You know, I've got all these people who are, you know, they've been out to fire somebody 2 weeks ago, and she phoned me, you know, apologized for the situation and said, can I just say you were one of the best bosses? She said, actually, no, you're not one of the best bosses I've ever had. She said, one of the best people that I've ever come across.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was just blown away, and I just fired this person.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
So I know that I have this way with my team, because I want everything for them. I want them to be the best, because I want to be the best. And I am very competitive in that way. And I want to take that competitiveness into my online business, because this could, you know, potentially give me and my family not financial independence, but freedom.
Yeah.
Completely different things for me. You know, it's just being able to, I think I'd still do my day job, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I do love it and I like that side of it. But and I never thought I'd say that, but because I'm feeling so confident and capable, and
you know 100% that you can do that with your online business.
I know I can. I've seen people do it. I have seen people do it. I've seen more than one person do it. I've seen sort of like 20, 30 people do it. I've seen people in different countries do it. And I look at some of these people and think, oh my God, I'm way better than you. I know that sounds really what's it, but I'm not saying that I'm way better than you, but the way that you deliver stuff, I'm thinking, well, that sounds a bit boring. You don't come across that way. But, you know, maybe that person was feeling a bit nervous or anxious at that person bit of time. And I just look at it and say, no, you should have said this, or, you know, where's your fire? We're at a recent event and it was supposed to be a coaching thing. And I just felt like she was shouting at us all. And I thought, that delivery was not, you know, that doesn't make me feel empowered. It makes me want to go ignore you and go for a coffee.
Right, we've only got 10 minutes left, Lisa. What I'd really like
No way. Oh
what
my
I'd really like to do with you is create an anchor. So you know when you're doing your business Omega and you really know that you can pick up the best parts of your alpha, the best parts of your alpha, and you find yourself maybe procrastinating and not doing it, and you're doing something that's not serving you and it's not helping your business grow.
But you know what? I never procrastinate in my paid job ever. I never procrastinate. I am on it.
So let's create an anchor.
Okay.
Right? An anchor might be something that you do with your right hand, something that you do with your left hand, anything. You might pull a face or cross your legs. I don't know, whatever anchor it might be, we're going to create an anchor. So every time you find yourself going back to the Omega thing or whatever's not serving you, you can put on this anchor and you can think about your confidence, you're talking to people, your position of power, you feel elated, you feel proud, you know you can do it. I know I can do it. I know I can do it.
Is this a physical thing?
You're going to have an amazing day. It's a physical thing. Right. It might be just pinching your thumb and finger together or something. Anything that you do that turns your anchor on and gets you back into that new social standing.
Oh, this is really hard.
Be anything.
I know, but I've got to actually feel that this thing is, that I feel powerful about this thing. I've got so much crap that doesn't serve me, that I still got from flipping 2008 with my marriage, you know, things in my wardrobe, things. I need to do that actually.
That overriding feeling of confidence that you get, I want you to switch that on like an anchor. You do something and that feeling of confidence will come back to you and you remind yourself that you're an alpha in your online business.
Yeah, it's a feeling, isn't it, for me? It's that, you know, it's just that shoulders back.
Shoulders back.
Yeah, it's shoulders and
do it now. Do it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's your anchor. You're going to put your shoulders back. You're going to change your posture.
It's already changed.
Yeah. You're telling yourself, I know I can do it. Yeah, you can open your eyes now. Open your eyes now, Lee. You're taking the dog for a walk today? Have you already been?
I went this morning, but he needs to go for a long one because he's eating my sofa again.
Ah.
Oh my God.
Right, you know when you said to me, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. Yeah. I want you to put your anchor on now and say to me, I know I can do it. Say it out loud.
I get what you're saying, because when I said that before, I said it several times to try and convince myself that's like, yeah, I can see that.
Not convincing yourself. Just say, I know I can do it.
I know I can do it.
Keep saying
I know I can do it. How do you know I can do it?
You really can do it.
I can.
You can do it.
I know I'm more than capable. I know I'm more than capable.
So every time you go like this, I know I can do it. Think of all those emotional things that we went through before. Your visualization, how you felt proud. Do you know what the one thing you haven't mentioned about here? When you've made it to that position and when you're back and when you're team building, you haven't even mentioned anything about the money.
It's not money for me.
Yeah.
It's not money for me because
it's just going to be an amazing byproduct of you treating your business as an alpha.
Yeah, and people and I think that's where my struggle is. Even though I need money, I am a single parent with 3 children. I'm not on a massive wage. But money, I've always said to people, money's never been my driving factor. It's I don't know. And it's not, because I think that when you do well at something and you push yourself and you just strive to be the best that you can be, good things follow, because you're doing it from a place of good. Even like I said, ruthless side, I know that I have done everything I can for my 300 staff. I know I've done it. So, you know, I can have one-to-ones with them and I can look them in the eye and say, you know, and that is just them knowing, I might have not been able to help them, but just them knowing that I've given them absolutely every, you know, I've tried my best. They know I've tried my best because they know me.
Yeah.
And I think that how can you be that sort of person and strive to be the best you can be, and the money not follow anyway?
Exactly. Exactly. So there might be other situations, not just about your online business. There might be other situations where you can turn on that anchor, where you feel confident, where you feel elated, where you feel amazing, where you're surrounded by positive people. You know, just all those emotional.
I know, but sometimes if I am that, my personal experience is that when I am that powerful person in my personal life, I can be quite combative. I really can. I know that about myself. I'm 50 years old, and if I feel that I'm being you know, I've been attacked, I will certainly. It's like I say, it's that ruthless side of me, and I attach it to that.
I'm going to start recording in a second. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on the end, but I think we get on so well because our personalities are so similar. So I would say, oh, I better finish the recording. Thanks for joining me, Lisa. I hope you found that useful.
I really did. I really did. I like the anchor.
Yes.
I might change it because it's.
You can change the anchor.
Yeah, I think I need to have a proper visualization and what actually, you know, is there a ring I can put on? I know it sounds really crazy, because I think of this as well. This is, I look at this and it makes me feel, it's like one of those.
Maybe that's your anchor. Maybe that's your anchor.
It reminds me of like sort of like a Cleopatra type thing, or you know, it's I don't know. It's very, I don't know. It just makes me feel, or a braces from like Viking warrior spirit.
When I pause the recording now, thanks for joining me. I want you like that.
I think that could be it, you know. Yes, warrior.
Hi, Lisa. So,
hello.
We were talking a little bit, you're telling me a little bit about feeling anxious about your Christmas do that's coming up. Can you just tell me a little bit more about that?
Ooh, yes. So basically, I've had a phenomenal journey the last 12 months. Yeah. And I'm really, really proud of the way that I've dealt with that. However, when it comes to social situations, I want to look my best.
Yeah.
And feel my best. And I feel my best when I think I look my best. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So my worry at the moment is I recently had I've got like an online business, as I've mentioned to you in previous sessions. And I recently had one, and we had like an event, a big one where we stayed overnight, and you know, it was all dressing up and fancy. And I had 4 weeks notice of this, but what concerns me is that I wanted to look my best. So I thought, right, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, so that I physically, you know, I look great, so I feel comfortable around some of these people that I've seen online, and I just think they're absolute. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I was going to say, is it an age thing and everything that I've been through over the last sort of like 4 years, and how I've sort of like picked myself up over the last 12 months and completely changed my sort of like health and my physicality.
Yeah.
And my worry is I've got this event on this Christmas do on the 11th of December. And these are people that I've worked with in my day job And I've never actually seen half of them. I've just seen like their names in like the team chats. Nobody puts their cameras on.
Oh.
But there's like, I know 4 of them, 5 of them, because whenever there's any training or any intakes and stuff, I and these other 3 or 4 do the training. We're the ones that the higher management team always bring in to conduct the training. So I've only met a few of them. So again, I want to look my best. And it actually makes me physically feel sick, where I do want to vomit, but then, and I worry about it, and I think, oh, I've got some beautiful clothes, I can't fit in them, this, that, and the other. And do you know what? I don't know why I think that I need to change the way I look physically in order to feel comfortable around these people, because I've been working with them for like 12 months. I don't know what it is, but when I had this corporate event in like the business thing, and we had, everybody sort of like, I sort of like self-destructed. I wanted to do X, Y, and Z before I went to the event, so that I wasn't feeling so anxious, so that I looked my best, I felt my best, so that when it came to the time for the event, that it gave me a bit of extra confidence, I think is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. On the 11th, where is it? What time is it? And
on the 11th, it's like it's like a nighttime do. So, some people, it's with the higher management as well. I think 3 of them are going, and then it's the rest of the people who are on sort of like my level. But I also know that because of like, we've lost the contract, these people who are management level that I've been working with, like my colleagues on the same level, they've all been demoted.
Oh, shame.
All been demoted apart from me and 1 other.
Okay, so you're feeling really anxious about the 11th. I can understand that. You want to look your best, because if you feel like you physically look your best, you get confidence.
I don't know. It just feels like armor.
Ah, right. I like that. Yeah.
It just feels like my armor. When I can make myself feel that good, it's just putting this Teflon coating over me, and it adds to like my confidence. And but it's like before, like the Harrogate event, I didn't sleep a wink that night. Before I was and I was being sick in the bathroom before I went, and I couldn't sleep, and my face was all puffy, because it's like I self-sabotage myself in that instance. And it was like I was that wound up over, I don't even know what, because the people that I was going with and traveling with, one of them was my fucking daughter.
Yeah.
You've seen me at my worst. And one person I'd never even met before. But I don't have anxiety about meeting individuals. I don't know what it is about these big sort of like Christmas dues, or when there's a lot of people, why I put myself under that much pressure, because let's be honest, people don't actually give a shit.
This is going to be really interesting today.
And I know that in my head. And it's like, I was physically sick the night before, didn't sleep a wink at all. I finally closed my eyes and had a power nap at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when I finally fell asleep. I was collected at 7:45 in the morning. So I basically had an hour to get myself ready. And it's like I had all that time, and I was so super anxious. Like I said, to be physically sick. I hadn't packed my bag. I didn't know what I was wearing.
Oh.
even though I had all that time and I was so worried about it, it's like I start doing other things to try and, but I put myself under this extra pressure. And I look back now and I think, you crazy bitch, what did you do that for? If you'd have spent that time productively, packing your bag, putting your makeup in the bag, putting your jewelry in the bag, putting your shoes in the bag, putting your pajamas in the bag, if you'd just done that, or had a, you know, a bath relaxes me, have a bath, soak in the bubbles, read a book, you know, all those mechanisms that I use when I'm going through like a bit of a crisis in, you know, with children or whatever it is. I use sort of like behaviors that try and sort of like bring me down or level me out and things like that.
I understand. Yeah, I understand that.
Situation, it's different. I don't know why I do it.
What I'm going to do with you today, Lisa, is something called timeline therapy.
Okay.
It's really, really interesting because anxiety can only live in the future. There might have been past events that have happened that conjure up a bit of anxiety about repercussions that might occur in the future, but anxiety only lives in the future. So if you don't mind, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes again. And I just want you to point to your future.
What do you mean?
Just, where's your future? You can point forwards, up, down, side, wherever you want to point.
Forwards.
Yeah. Where's your past? Behind. Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. So you're sat in the present right now.
In the middle.
Yeah, in the middle. And there is a line
that
goes from your past through your present to your future.
Looks like a compass.
Yeah, there's a line that's going through.
Yeah, I've got 2 arrows either side and I've got like the compass thing.
Because a lot of people don't live in the present and they're worrying about the future. Yeah, and that is on your timeline. It's called a timeline.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is to learn how to enjoy living in the moment and not worrying about the future. We're just going to think about your timeline. So what I want you to do, in where you are now in the present right now, I want you to float up, up, right above your present. So you've got a bird's eye view looking down onto your timeline where you can see your past, you can see the present, and you can see the future. Yeah. So you're just looking down on your present.
Okay, my house is a mess.
So that's your timeline. So what I want you to do now is vividly imagine that part of the present, your timeline from a bird's eye view.
Okay.
What I want you to do now, in this elevated position where you can see your whole timeline, I want you to float along your timeline into your future. Float along until you get to the part that represents this event, the 11th of December, where you're going to feel really anxious at this event. Float along the timeline, stop when you get to that 11th of December that makes you feel really anxious.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're feeling really, really anxious. It's the 11th of December. You're not happy with the way you look, or you feel like you're not happy with the way you look. You're going to meet people for the first time. A lot of these people have been, what's it called? Not demotivated. What's it called?
They've been demoted.
Demoted. Sorry. Yeah, I've written that down. They've been demoted. You haven't. You don't know what they're going to think of you or feel of you because you haven't physically met before. And you're not happy about the way you look. So you're feeling super, super anxious right now. And I'm sorry if it's actually making you feel more anxious thinking about it. But what I want you to do, people never do this. What they do is think about the event, and that's what they don't think further than the event. like it's the last day of their life, that they're thinking about, oh my God, the 11th of December, oh my God, the 11th of December, but they don't think past it.
Yeah, I get that, because it is like stops at there's going forwards. I've got the 1st of December, which is like the end of the start of the new working chapter, and then we're meeting after that. So they're going to be, and it like I can't even see Christmas further on from that. So it's like I'm here now, and then I've got like a couple of weeks, and then I've got like the 1st December, and then I've got the 12th of December, or the 12th, which is actually the day after. And then I can't see anything forward from that.
Yeah, so the 11th of
I can't
December.
even see Christmas. I can't even see Christmas. I can't see further than that.
Well, what I want you to do, I want you to think about the 11th of December again. We're going to specifically think about this date, yeah, because it's a significant one that's come up. I know there's others, but this is the one that's come up. And you go down into the event, like I've just said, and you've got all those anxieties about the way you look. You don't know if you're being judged and all that kind of stuff. What I want you to do is stay up with your eyes closed. Stay with your eyes closed. Don't forget, this is a bird's eye view. I want you to go 30 minutes past this event. The event's finished. It's finished. It's the end of the night.
I'm in a taxi on the way home.
Yeah. But you go down. I want you to go down into the moment. So you're not looking at your timeline anymore. Go down into 30 minutes after the event's finished.
Okay, yeah.
You're down. It's just finished. 30 minutes have passed. And the event has gone really, really well. Yeah, everybody loved you.
I can actually see it. I'm hugging Elaine. I'm hugging Delia. I'm hugging not Lee, because he's a weirdo, but I love him to pieces anyway. You're
in the taxi. You've had a great night. It went so well. Everybody thought you was funny. You looked amazing. Your hair worked out just right. You got just the right outfit.
I need to take a coat because I'm fucking freezing in the back of this taxi.
What can you see at the end of the night when everyone's saying goodbye to each other and you've had a really good time and you look really good? Your hair was perfect. Your shoes were perfect. Your handbag, everybody asked you where you got it from. What can you see?
Smiles. I feel happy. I'm relieved. I just feel happy, a little bit sad as well, because it's like an end of an era, but relieved and happy.
In this moment now, it's 30 minutes after. Yeah, you're on your timeline, but you're in the moment. What can you feel apart from you see? What can you feel?
Like I say, I just feel happy. I feel a little bit sad. This is the end of an era. I've had a really good night. The food was amazing. Conversation was flowing. Everybody was mixing and mingling. I just feel content. I just feel happy.
What can you hear? What can you hear?
I can hear the taxi, trundling on the road, and just speaking to the taxi driver because I'm a little bit drunk. Just telling him how great the night was, and that it was nice to see everybody, and put faces to names and to voices. Wow.
What did you enjoy most about it?
Oh my God, stop it. I'm going to cry.
Take your time.
Okay. I feel really emotional in the back of this cab. Okay.
All right, just take your time. You've had a really good time. You've met all these people and you're a bit tipsy, but it's all gone well. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning feeling amazing because it went well. Just what did you enjoy most about the night?
Just talking to people and hugging them and saying thank you. We've gone through so many ups and downs, and the next adventure is about, I'm sure we'll see each other again. I'm meeting Jane for the first time. Run a video in your head.
what you, like you did with your visualization, what you told me about the other day, this video of the night, the music, food, the people, conversations, you looking amazing, smelling amazing, everybody's asking where you got your outfit from, who's done your hair.
Yeah, I can see it quite vividly, actually. I'm getting really good at this visualization. Thank you so much. It's been the most useful thing for me. I know sometimes it's really difficult. Like, I didn't expect to feel that level of emotion actually in the back of this taxi. I just feel very sort of like grateful to have worked with these people and be connected to these people. That, you know, I do feel a little bit sad that it is like that I have been like, me and Elaine have been chosen above all, such, you know, above everybody to, you know, keep our positions, and when some of them were equally deserving. Yeah, it just feels very emotional, but I feel happy as well.
Good. And this is 30 minutes after the event that you've been so anxious about. What is there to learn? What is there to learn from that 30 minutes after, when it's all gone so well and you were so worried about it all?
That we were all worried about it, that we're all in the same place. It's quite weird actually, because I've just had this conversation in the back of this. I'm remembering this conversation with one of my colleagues, Jessica, who is like highly anxious about any social situation, and you know, she had a really good time, and basically just, you know, thanks to my friendship and all the Google Meet calls and helping her and the team out, and it just feels nice. It just feels lovely that I've had that opportunity to, you know, say hello and goodbye, and we'll meet again. It just feels really nice.
That's really nice. What I want you to do now, Lisa, with all your knowledge that you've learned about 30 minutes after the event, you was all in the same boat. You was all actually really anxious about the way you looked, the way you sounded. Is your appearance gonna match your voice? Am I gonna come across as a, you know, professional like I do at work? All these things that you feel anxious about, and you now realize you didn't. It went really well. It went really well. It was smiles. It was happy. You were relieved.
And I'm also thinking, what the hell were you worried about, Lisa? Why were you anxious about this? These people are nice people. Luke's a dick, but he's always been a dick. But why was I anxious? These are nice people. These are decent people. Why have they judged me on the way I looked? Why do I have to put this armor on just to go into a social situation when they're just lovely?
Yeah, and they're probably not going to judge you.
No, they're judging themselves as much as they're judging me. But where's this judgment coming from? Why do I have to feel like that? I've got this armor on. I didn't need it. Everybody was really accepting anyway. And some of them were quite excited to see me. And I know that some of them have already said that. And I think that's part of the, you know, why I'm feeling anxious about it. The fact that I can't wait to meet you. You know, thank you so much for all your help. Can't wait to meet you in person and give you a hug. And I'm just thinking, shit, I don't want to disappoint. But yeah, I've got nothing to worry about. I get it. I can see it. I feel relieved. I feel happy and sad and emotional that we've had such a great night and it's the end of an era. And, you know, I'm really proud of the success that we've all, you know, put that have gone towards making this campaign such a huge success for the country, you know.
Yeah, you've done an amazing job. What I want you to do now, Lisa, I want you to think of all these things that you've just said to me, all the good things. That it's 30 minutes past the event. Like we've just said before, you're excited to meet everybody. People are excited to meet you. They're nice people. They're not judging you. The night's gone really well. You were all in the same boat, feeling anxious about it. And you're all smiles. The food was nice. The music was good. You're really happy. Put faces to people. And I want you to do now, with all that knowledge and all that wisdom, all the stuff that you was worried about that didn't happen and it all went really, really, really well. I want you to float back up. Can you float all the way back up again, like up, 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 with all that knowledge and wisdom, with all of it? all of it, float back up, going up, 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 up. Above your timeline to a bird's eye view. Got all that knowledge and wisdom, all of it. How well it went. It was a great night. It's one of the best nights you've had all year. It went better than you could expect. And you float back along your timeline. Can you float back to where you was, to your present self?
Yeah.
Back to your present self. You sitting there now, the present you in the present. And I want you to send down all that wisdom and knowledge down now to your present self.
Wow, that's quite powerful. I feel quite excited.
Amazing.
That is quite powerful.
Float down now. You've done that to your present self.
Yeah.
And I want you to acknowledge it. Notice how different you feel about that future event now.
More concentrated. I feel more, I want to meet the people that I haven't met, that I've only heard. I've never been shy to put my camera on in group meetings and stuff like that. But I am really excited to actually, I want to give Jessica a big hug because she's better than she even realizes. And I need to say that, even though I've said it like in meets and private, like hangouts and stuff, I want to actually look her in the eye and just hug her and say, you're an amazing person. So yeah, I can't wait for that. Thank you so much.
That's all right. I love timeline, and I think it'll really help you. But anxiety, like I said before, it only exists in the mind and in the future. And what we don't do is explore past that. We don't explore past it. We just worry about the event. And all we can see is the event. We can't see past it.
Well, it was weird you said that, because I could actually see back, I could see to the 12th. And how I actually felt until that we did that exercise is like hungover, miserable, lethargic, you know, that sort of thing. Oh, did I embarrass myself? Did I drink too much? What did I say? Can't remember. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was like the morning after. So I could see actually past the event to that bit. But I couldn't see myself. No, that was really good. That was really, really good. Like you say, just taking yourself to the end of the event and just 30 minutes past it. So, you know, that feeling of elation, emotion, really powerful.
Yeah, because it's our subconscious that is making us anxious. It's not our conscious mind. Yeah. So what you've done now is think about it consciously. After the event, after the success of the event, you can open your eyes now, Lisa. Did you put your dinner on, by the way?
Yeah, it's not. It's in the oven. Oh,
really well. You did really well. Do you see how it would help? Do you think it would help Ben?
My son, yeah. I think I'd try. I don't know how well. I'd have to practice that. But I don't know. But that really worked for me. I think it was the direction of somebody else taking me along that timeline, you know, helping me get into that visual spot, because just working with you, that visualization and that closing your eyes and, you know, being in that moment and putting yourself in, that was crazy.
Also, when you think about
it felt, do you remember the old dolls houses? Where you, as a kid, you could lift the lid off and then look in?
Yes.
It actually felt.
Yeah. I love that. I used to love those dolls houses as well, didn't you?
You did, but yeah, I remember it's because I had one when I was a kid, but yeah, that's how it actually felt. Just, you know, bringing yourself up and, like, you know, looking down into not the rooms became like the event, and, you know, getting ready beforehand. And
yeah. But also, when you think about timeline, we always worry about what's happened in the past. Like when you're above your timeline, you can see your past, but it doesn't bother you.
No.
Because there's nothing you can do about it.
No, but I've always been like that though. It's like occasionally I'll be driving down the road and I'll go, oh, some random conversation that I had flipping
Oh,
20 years.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, what a dick. What'd you say that for? At least it was 20 years ago. No one even remembers except you.
Yeah.
But, you know, the big things that have happened in my life, I don't have any angst of that because I got good things out of them. And I am quite a positive person, which is why when I do have these anxieties, it really hits me for six. I think because I don't know. I do try and look for the positive in everything, but I do struggle with those, with like we've just done that, you know, going to the night and what is everybody going to think? But do you know what? They're all going to be feeling the same thing because they told me that night, you know, oh my God, I was really nervous and great to see you. And, you know, it was all more about not what I looked at like or whatever. It was more about, you know, kind of being excited to actually meet these people, say thank you for your help for this, say, you know.
When
Like,
you said that bit, when you said, we're all worried, we're all in the same place.
yeah, that was quite yeah, because you just think of it from your own perspective, don't you?
Yeah.
And anxiety becomes something so huge that nobody else gets a look in. So yeah, you know, yeah, just being there and everything. I was so worried about tonight, and I'm glad that we've had it, you know, we're giving, I can actually see myself even now in that vision, that in that moment, like hugging everybody, you know, as we come down the steps of the venue and just hugging everybody at the bottom before I get into my taxi.
You're not worried about going now?
No, I need to find a fucking outfit because I couldn't see what outfit I was.
We're still recording.
Oh, so sorry.
No, it's absolutely fine. Do you think you can use timeline now, like other things?
Yeah, I think I need to practice it, but I found that really, really beneficial. Really beneficial. Like you say, just taking yourself 30 minutes past the event, so the event is still happening in your present, but you know, you're still there, but you're just 30 minutes after. You're on your way home. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you find the most useful out of that? I'm trying. I've got 15 minutes left. I'm trying to...
No, the actually looking back at it, and then going to this, you know, this is quite misty. You know, when you say, like, you know, from your past and you've got this line, mine was like a compass with like arrows on either end. And then I had like a bit of a spinning dial in the minute where it's sometimes, you know, because I do, and I think that represents me a little bit because I do kind of divert myself a little bit. You know, I may be looking forward and I'm being the present, and I may be. So that was quite useful. That's quite surprising for me, where it's on that little compass like pivot. So if I'm anxious about, you know, I mentioned about Harrogate in the beginning, where I said that, you know, I was quite focused and I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that to get my armour on. And what I actually did, this little loose pivot in the middle, sent myself that way. And then I just made it worse. I went sort of like north, east. Instead of like north.
You know, with the timeline as well, you can anchor it. You've already got an anchor from the one that we did before, but you can actually anchor, and all those feelings that you had of the confidence and all that kind of stuff, you can do that.
You know what my anchor is for this though? It was quite, relationships, thinking about the relationships that I've built with these people that I will be going on the do with, and how our interactions have been, instead of focusing on, because I'm not going to judge anybody what they look like. I'm quite curious to see if they match my vision in my head to what they sound like. I'm really so I'm you know, like I say, I put my camera on quite often, hoping that other people will as well, to kind of encourage them to, you know, so we can see what each other looks like. So I do put my camera on more often than not in our team meetings and stuff. So I think my anchor for this is actually the memory of the friendships, the relationships, and the positive aspects of it. Even when I'm about to bollock a couple of them, or about to phone them and say, look, I've just found 3 of your staff member doing X, Y, and Z. You need to put them on a performance improvement plan. Because my uppers, even though we're on the same level, my senior management have always given me like extra responsibility. So me and Elaine, really. So I think worrying about that, you know, they've been demoted, I haven't. I actually think now, from doing that little bit of an exercise, if I focus on that anchor, that relationship building that we've done over the last, since we've been doing this entire campaign, that's my anchor, because they already know that I was doing extra stuff. They already know that I sent out messages to all of the management team, from the higher ups. They already know that I would contact them, and, you know, I would tell them, look, you're going to have to let these 2 people go because their quality is really bad, or they did this or that. So unfortunately, the contract is going to be terminated effective immediately. Oh, Lisa, I can't do that. I can't do that. No problem. I'll do it for you, but I'm just letting you know. So they already know these things. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on, because even though they will have been demoted and they find out on Monday, this Christmas do, it'll have already been like nearly 2 weeks of knowledge, and then chance to reflect on, well, yeah, well, she was doing that, she was doing this, she was doing the other. And the senior, you know, the directors and stuff always fell to her and, you know, the other one, Elaine, to make the big decisions.
So, you know, in the future, if something comes up, like, I know you're going to have it. I know. I can't wait until you've gone on this Christmas do now to hear about it.
I want to know what I'm going to wear.
Yeah, I can't
It's
wait to
weird,
hear about
because before I could actually visualize what I was actually wearing. This time I couldn't visualize what I was wearing because I was looking at it through my eyes. Like when I hugged Jessica or Elaine was wearing white jeans, and I can't see that because she's proper posh. She would never wear white jeans or jeans in general to you know, a do like that. But
how do you think you can use the timeline in the future for yourself?
Yeah, I think I need to work on that, because that worked quite well for me, I think, because you were there guiding me through the process. So I think I'd have to practice that, but I do think it'd be quite useful, because I've never done anything like that before, ever.
I think it's
great. I do think that would be quite beneficial, and I will sort of like maybe have another conversation with you later and just see how I can possibly, you know, help you know, my son really in that sort of direction with social situations and things like that.
If you think it would be useful, I'm happy to do a free coaching session with him.
Yeah, because I think he would find that very, very useful.
It'll be good practice for me as well. What did you find? See timeline. When I've been practicing other people, I've been talking about picture yourself as an NMD in the future. Go back to your present self, and what would you tell your present self that you need to do to get there? Anyway, that's another thing.
Yeah, even though we've had this conversation, I hadn't put it down to the timeline thing. But like I said, when I did visualization yesterday and before, you know, with regards like the promotions and reaching certain stages in my online business, I can see how I can connect that to a timeline now. And it goes back to that sort of like the alpha and omega thing that we were talking about as well. So that's quite a strong strategy, I think, thinking about those things as well on the timeline. So even though we've had this conversation before about sort of like timeline, picture yourself there, I couldn't actually visualize that, even though I could visualize myself the one underneath, because to me that is like, I've got it. I get to this one, I know I've got that one. Do you know what I mean? It's not the higher up, it's the one below it, which to me, if I get that, I've got that anyway. So that's not my pinnacle. That's not what my goal is. That will just come because I've got this one that's just below it. Because I'll have already done X, Y, and Z. But I can see now, if I look back and I do that above my timeline, do the doll's house.
Yeah.
I think that's possibly going to be my anchor, actually. I know it's the relationships, but I'm just going to think about the doll's house.
Doll's house. Yes.
I'm just going to think doll's house. So I can actually use that in that instance, trying to, you know, recognize the anchor, you know, like the warrior, try and recognize that, and, you know, where looking back on everything that I've done with my business, what worked, what didn't work, what felt good, what felt fun, where I am currently at the present. You know, I am practicing what I preach, for one, which gives me a thing of strength. I need to cut down on the booze a little bit, but I am practicing, like 90% of the time, I'm practicing exactly what I'm preaching. I need to blog that a little bit more, because if I look down, keeping it to myself, nobody knows what I'm doing, and it's that attraction. I do think I'm, you know, I get comments all the time, you know, oh my God, I love your lives. I think they're crap because I flipping waffle on about rubbish. But I'm just being me. I'm just being I hate this saying, it sounds really woke. You know, I'm being my authentic self. But it's very organic.
Very authentic.
But that
you got a little bit emotional while we was doing that. Tell me just a little bit about that before we finish.
How I'm going to miss them. We have gone through some ups and downs, and in the beginning, when we first got these contracts, it was massive. We had like 1,500 staff that we had to recruit and train. No other bugger apart from me, Elaine, and one other of our senior management team had ever had any experience doing this. I'd done it at a very low level, sort of like last year. So it was that, you know, wow, what a ride. You know, and it was just that emotion. It's just like, I feel quite, I may not see these people again. So that's like an opportunity to, and you know what it's like, you know, you move on, people move on with their lives and they get new jobs and things like that, and you lose touch no matter how much that you want to stay in touch, because you do really like this person. Life just happens. And to be honest, I'm not sort of like sentimental in that. I will sort of like recognize that for now, but I'm moving on to something else. So I'm going to be building relationships with other people.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? So I just think that it felt quite emotional because it was the end of an era. We've been through so much. I've met some amazing people, but out of all of those amazing people, there's only 4 that I want to carry on that relationship with, which is kind of sad. But it felt emotionally, yeah, it just felt emotional because some of these people I'm never going to see again. And we have had some laughs, we've had, you know, angst, we've had complete roller coaster. And I know.
Sorry, Lisa, before we finish, sorry to interrupt you there. What do you think has been most useful about today's session?
Actually, fixing the timeline and visualizing that timeline for me, because I've never actually done that before. So when you do the doll's house, and you can actually picture that, and just that 30 minutes into the future, that's like, wow. Because as soon as you said, right, you're there, you're looking down, you're there in the event. You know, how are you feeling now 30 minutes after on your way home? I could actually do that.
Amazing.
It made it really easy.
That's really good.
Sort of like burst that mythological bubble, and it made my focus about not the way I looked and the armor that I felt that I needed. I still need a little bit of armor though. But it's not about me, it's about us. because I'm not the only one feeling this way. And that was very, very powerful. That 30 minutes after, you know, how do you feel on the way home? It's that simple.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Oh, I'm really pleased that you joined me today, and I really, really appreciate you spending time on your Sunday afternoon. I really do.
I don't mind. I'm cooking. It's stopping me from doing the housework, and I hate housework. But when I was looking at that doll's house, my house is a mess in my present. So I need to get that sorted. Oh, gosh. Thank you so much for that, Julie. I found that very, very useful indeed.
Oh, good. And like I said, I will do it with Ben if he wants to. And you might even be able to say to him if he gets anxious about something, just think about after that.
Yeah, how are you feeling afterwards?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I just that's it's pretty powerful, that, actually, for overcoming anxiety.
I absolutely love timeline. And if you ever want a session with me again on a different subject, not about overcoming anxiety, timeline is great. I can do that with you. I'm happy to.
Yeah, definitely, because I love, you know, we talked about the Alpha and Omega before. Absolutely, but I can see how that fits into both.
Definitely.
That and those personality traits, and I wouldn't mind finding a bit more about these little personality traits, and, you know, finding where the triggers are. Right, so I'm Alpha. Right, no, Lisa, you're virgin. That's happened. So you're virgin into the Omega. Drag yourself back, you know. And then
love that. I'm going to be doing that to you.
It's not X Factor, it's Warriors. Hello.
Oh, thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
That's about 45 minutes. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, won't you?
I will do. And you, my darling.
Yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.